Hi, my name is Kelsey Broadway, and this is my Module 14 Reflection. There didn't really appear to be any directions for a Module 14 Reflection, but there is a discussion board, so I'll go ahead and do a little bit about the chapter. It was good getting back into writing an APA essay. I hadn't done one in a few semesters. I think Purdue OWL is probably my go-to site for how to format, and even then it always seems like I missed something or another. There's just quite a few rules with APA formatting. The other part of this was about sources and making sure that you have good information. I tend to use the Forsyth Library articles database. You can find a lot of peer-reviewed journals there, and that's where I go for a lot of my information. They also have full-text books available. The plagiarism part of this, it always makes me nervous. I mean, I could write a totally original paper, and at some point somebody may have had very similar thoughts to me, and it'd be out there in a database, and they'd say that my paper is very similar to somebody else's. So I guess it's good that the plagiarism databases are out there for use by instructors, especially if it does look like somebody just copy and pasted the materials. At the same time, it's reading and knowing your students' writing styles probably too, and that somebody who looks like they have a college level paper and really usually writes at a high school level, it's probably there's some discernment that needs to be done there as well as to whether they did plagiarize or if somebody has always written at a college level. I mean, there's one thing to turn in one assignment that looks like a high school research paper and your next one looks like a thesis. Obviously there's something wrong there, but I think as a teacher there'd be some knowledge of your students as well, not just what the SAFE assign or whatever program you're using for plagiarism. I think there'd have to be some prior knowledge of your students at least. But going back to the APA essays, I actually tend to prefer MLA because it's a little more relaxed than the APA is. But like I said, Purdue OWL has a lot of good information, and I tend to go there for just about every question I might have. Citing resources sometimes seems to get me a little bit. Not so much the actual citing them in the text, but making sure that they're in the correct format at the end on the references page, because, you know, not all the information is always there, so you kind of have to determine what is following along with the APA guidelines while getting in all the information that you need. But it was a good module all around. I hadn't written an essay in a while, and it was good to get back into it and practice. And that is my Module 14 Reflection.